Hey everybody, it is time once again for another exciting episode of the Chelada Boys. And this week, the Chelada Boys are going to talk about what's going to happen with the alternate universes while we talk about CERN and what they try to decide to start up. Enjoy. Posh.
What's up, man?
I know that the volume is down. I'm fixing it.
Okay.
I felt you tap me.
I'm sorry.
All right, we back.
I still have nothing in my headphones.
Ladies and gentlemen, you don't hear nothing?
Nothing. I ain't got not a nothings. Can you hear me though?
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, that's great. What's up, everybody? I'm deaf right now.
Oh shit. Give us just 1 second.
Okay.
Pajaloni.
There we are. We're back in.
What's up, everybody? So this is the alternate universe, Posh and Dylan. You know that CERN is going to go down tomorrow, right? No.
July 5th.
July 5th.
Right after the 4th of July.
July 5th, so Tuesday at 12:01. As soon as Tuesday starts, it's going down in the Eastern time, apparently, because Posh says that there's a location in Tennessee.
I'm not 100% on that. I'm not 100% on that, so don't quote me on that. Could still be happening in Europe, but I heard there's
no. We done quoted you on this.
I did hear there is a CERN facility in Tennessee though, so we'll see. But yeah, so this is the parallel universe, and we wear glasses in this universe.
This is the Chelada Boys from now on.
Yep.
Get used to it.
It's like Clockwork Orange.
Yeah, we drink milk and we wear sunglasses.
I don't drink milk.
Me either, but you know what?
What?
So I was telling you about, here's this if you decide.
I might just...
Your boy Dylan. Okay. Your boy Dylan been fucking with the Zen. It's no tobacco, it's nothing like that. It's just the nicotine that you need. So your boy been working with it. Posh.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations on the driver's license.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
Posh is back on the road, ladies and gentlemen.
It wasn't as serious as I was making it out to be. My license had expired, and I just hadn't gotten
he just didn't do it.
Yeah. And
Posh had just been like, you know what? I should get my license, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, so I just drove around illegally for like 2 years.
Shh, don't tell them that.
Well, whatever. It's over now. I can't catch you. Didn't catch me, bitch.
True.
So, yeah. And then... which I didn't drive very much anyways. I'm a stay-at-home dad, so I don't really have anywhere to go.
Dylan's house.
Yeah, that is my weekly trip out of the house.
So, if the CERN was to go down so apparently in 2012 was whenever it started, right? That's when it really made
That's
the
when
biggest
everyone
changes.
noticed the Mandela effect.
Yes, exactly. The Mandela effect, the biggest changes in 2012 is when they first started it up. And when the Berenstein Bears became the Berenstein Bears, and Oscar Mayer started getting spelled different, and Febreze also, and Looney Tunes is different.
Pikachu's tail,
Pikachu's tail's different. Just
If
everything.
I remember correctly, that was like our third episode ever. We talked about the Mandela effect.
But the thing is now, what do you need to be on the lookout for to notice what's different?
Well, you'll not know until you notice a change.
Exactly that.
Yeah.
Or if you document everything, that's the only thing. What if we come back and we really only do the podcast with sunglasses on? And we look back and we're like, will that be something that's just erased from our memory? We didn't do it, but we just decided on this one that we were going to do it. Or were we actually making a joke about transitioning into it on a different podcast?
I don't know.
How will we know?
We won't. You won't know because you'll either be in the
will
universe
the podcast
that you
be the
started
same?
in, or
will the podcast be the same? Same?
I don't know.
Because you could ask the same question for Pokemon and all these other things that went on. Was it like this before it changed? And
what if they changed the way that we spell Chelada? And
what if it was CHI?
Yeah, they just changed the because it never seems to be anything oh, these people only wear white shirts now, anything like that. It's always just some little weird, tiny. It doesn't even feel like it matters, the stuff that we're talking about. Was Looney Tunes spelled like tunes, cartoons, or tunes like music?
T-O-N-E or T-O-N-N-S or T-U-N-E-S?
Yeah. Because, I mean, there's just so many different like things that you just won't know because you're not thinking of it right now. And then somebody's going to bring it to light and be like, I remember it this way.
The thing is, the thing about it now, like whenever you try to reference your memory, there's no reference to it. No, like, reference other than the one that if it was changed, they're not going to leave
if we do
the one that was wrong.
If we do split into a different parallel universe, split into the one where the Chelada Boys are rich as fuck.
Yeah. Well, you know what? You know what I've heard? They're trying to align. It's the vibration thing, right?
Right.
And they're trying to align the vibration from the world that we're on to the one where the Illuminati has taken over already.
No.
And they're trying to keep those on the same vibration to where
y'all rush
the
CERN.
Illuminati has full control.
Do like you did for Area 51. Rush CERN.
Do like you did
Everyone
on fucking January the 6th when Donald Trump didn't win.
Yeah. Charge in.
Yeah.
Charge in.
You know what I think?
What do you
I think they should open fire on the motherfuckers.
Let them have it.
And you know what else I think? I think they should open fire on the motherfuckers as we're going to destroy their entire community and burn down buildings also.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you should. I don't know.
Open fire on both of them.
I'm trying.
You ain't allowed to do this, and you're doing this, so you're going down.
I'm trying this new strategy where, like, I'm not mad at anyone. You know what I'm saying? Like, politically, I'm not mad at anyone anymore. Like, there's no
politically. I don't think
like
I've paid any attention to anything for a long time.
Me neither.
Outside of like the big breaking news kind of shit like that. Like, obviously, everybody knows about the thing that's the main topic on the planet.
Yeah.
Or for your country, for that matter. But as far as like keeping up with politics and keeping up with things that are political, I
think that's right where they want us, though. Not keeping up with it, so like it's so fucking drastic. Like you're just like, I don't want to even feel like dealing with it. That's where they want you. But I'm like, I've changed. I'm trying to change the leaf and be like, I'm not mad about.
You may have changed
my
mind about how I pay attention to politics. Because I genuinely am. Like, I'm like so fucking sick of it that I just don't care.
Right. But because it's all bad news. We surround ourselves with bad news constantly. The media is constantly revolving door of bad news.
In turn, what I thought would be a productive measure may be counterintuitive to what I'm trying to do. Like, I'm trying to, like, they're making it all negative, so that what I'm thinking is like, yeah, well, I'm not going to pay attention to it anymore, like you said. But they're making it all negative, so that I'll have that attitude.
I'm not going to pay attention to the things that they're trying to agitate you with, like, oh, this side's against this side, and when they pit you against one another.
Political shit.
I'm not in on that. I'm not mad at anybody until literally something happens to me differently. You know what I'm saying? Like to me in my own life. That's when I get mad. So I have no issues with all this. Now, anyways, I don't want to get political because it's just it's just such a long road.
You know what my mom said?
Uh-oh.
She said thanks.
Damn, she didn't even get the roast. He roasted his mama earlier.
So my mom posted her fingernails, which look good. Her fingernails do look good. But
nicely did.
Yeah, they look good. But you can see her hands. My mom's 16 years older than me, and I'm 30. So if you do the math right there, she's 75. I'm just kidding. She's 46.
I was like, whoa.
And she posted a picture of her nails, and I said, them things look like what kids are afraid to stick their feet on the floor for. Just from reaching out from under their bed. Ha, just joking. It was a joke. Roasted. Ha. JK, mom, love the feet. They look, or love the hands. They look good.
Love the feet.
She said thanks.
You hurt her feelings. You're a dick. You're a dick.
It's a joke.
You're a dick.
Yeah, listen, if anybody
she was really
should know
excited
me,
to show you
let me
her
tell you
nails,
something. Let me tell you something.
And you shot her down.
If I said that to you, Posh,
I would laugh, but I'm your boy.
Exactly.
I didn't birth you.
This woman has known me for 30 fucking years. She knows how I am.
Yeah, that's true.
She knows how I am.
That's a good point. Mama gets roasted. Yeah. Sorry. But yeah, man, I don't know about this whole parallel universe shit. If it's gonna happen, if it's not gonna happen. I really don't know what CERN's like. What's their cover story? What are they saying they're doing? Are they trying to like?
I really don't know.
I don't either. All they've ever said is what they're not trying to do, which is super suspicious.
Which what I told you is about trying to find this same vibration as the alternate universe that already has the Illuminati in control. Now, where did I see that? On TikTok.
If we were going to find a planet that already had something that we don't have, wouldn't it be like no poverty or like ending world hunger? That's where my brain would go.
Unless that's what the control...
Right. It's
the
about
controller
an oligarchy where there's just a small percentage of people control over everyone else.
What were we talking about when we got here? Like about the different planets that have what you would consider
hell or
being heaven.
Yeah, heaven or hell.
Or a different perception, or a different planet, or a different being, or whatever. Consider your version of hell being the version of heaven. In your mind, being in a hot spot, or like that's the thing is like the feeling of heat being bad to us because humans are afraid of heat. It hurts. If you're a snake or a reptile or something like that, heat, it gives you energy, it gives you power, it gives you ability.
Right. Yeah.
So
it just depends on what.
That's where the religion thing comes in. Like the religion thing gets you afraid of what hurts to you or what you're afraid of.
That's another tactic for religion, is to
hold you into the place that they want you.
Some people get scared. Some people find faith and like really run with it and stuff like that. It's all, everybody's all different. That's the biggest thing, that everybody feels and thinks differently. So at the end of the day, that stuff doesn't actually matter, man. Like, I don't know. My personal opinion, I think we're here to reproduce and expand consciousness while you're here as much as you can.
Expanding consciousness.
Try to expand consciousness.
That is. Yeah. I've talked to a few people, and this is no jab at people who are educated people, because there are a lot of religious people who are educated people.
Did the trash can move out?
Yeah, it's just sit here. But I think that people who are more open and free thinking with their minds have harder times with religion, harder times accepting religion.
Well, that's because at some point you've already tore down that monument in your head. You know what I'm saying? Like, you had a upbringing probably that was even if it wasn't
like I've said on past podcasts and
you gotta let me finish here.
I know, but I'm gonna let you finish. Keep that same train of thought, but this is going right along with it. What I've said in the past is it's easier for me to pick at Christianity because I was born with it. That's the one that I know the most.
Yeah.
But
so when I say that you tear that monument down, exactly. We were both brought, even if it wasn't enforced, like you didn't have to go to church every Sunday and every Wednesday and all of that, you still grew up around people who believed the same thing. So that was the first monument of you to tear down in your head. And then maybe you tore down the one about the United States because, you had to do the Pledge of Allegiance every day in front of the flag. So you've just been like tearing these things down. And it takes a long time to tear these things down. And then it takes even longer time to develop your own ideas and your thoughts and how you feel about the world. And it's when, like you said, you're open-minded like this, you're
free thinking and being open-minded.
You're able to, whatever you're believing at the time, you're able to
look at it from all
and just tear it down real fast.
Areas.
Like, if I get new information, I just shrunk. If I get new information that allows me to, like, opens my mind, like expands my mind, I feel like my consciousness just opened by hearing this, I will tear down what I thought before and replace it with that. And
with the new knowledge.
Yeah, with the new knowledge.
But refusing to learn something new is what keeps people in their religion.
And refusing to do it because your family has believed it just throughout time is a ridiculous reason not to do it. That's a terrible reason not to do it. If you have any doubt or any thought or anything that's like sparking up in your head that goes, maybe there's, why can't I ask this question?
Down to the core of it, Christianity is a good thing. Like, as far as like the morals and other things like that, like the hate and gays and slavery being okay and shit like that. No, fuck that.
It's a complete misprint.
Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
But beyond that, it's got good morals in your thing. Treat people nice, be good to people, love everybody, and just do what you're supposed to do. But to me personally, my dad being an atheist was, in the sense of the word, a blessing to me to open up my free thinking and my questioning of what religion really is and what religion entails and what you're supposed to follow and how you're supposed to react accordingly to the law of the religion that you're given based on what you believe.
Have you ever been able to have a conversation with your dad and like see what he does believe? If it's anything like
My dad's atheist.
like just doesn't believe
Doesn't believe
after
anything.
this, it's going to be just
Thinks
like it
when
was
you die,
before I got
it's
here.
over. It's a wrap.
Done. I can respect that, bro.
Same.
If that's your mindset, like I can respect that. You know what I'm saying?
that's
like
comforting.
it doesn't. Yeah, it
That's a
doesn't hurt
comforting
me.
thing. That's something that takes away the fear of death. But personally, what do I believe? There's one thing. Personally, what I believe is ever evolving. It is ever evolving what I believe.
Yeah.
Right now, where I'm at in my life, I believe that we are all in some way the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
In some way, we're all the same thing, experiencing ourselves in a different, I don't know.
I know what you're saying, though. I feel that, and I understand exactly what you're saying, that I'm you and you're me.
Mm-hmm.
We're all having a collective consciousness together,
Yes.
but we're just small cells inside a bigger thing.
Mm-hmm.
We're like an embryo of a God being born, and we're just the tiny little cells having every little
And
experience
maybe that's
you could
how
have.
we are God in that sense. Because I am Dylan. In my singular form, I am Dylan.
Yep.
But the blood cells that I have in my body are what? They are Dylan.
Yep, exactly.
They are what make Dylan.
Yeah.
The skin that I have on my face, the personality that I have in my mind,
Heart
the
you have
breath
beating
that I
in your
breathe
chest,
in
yeah.
my lungs, those things become Dylan when they are Dylan. When they're a part of Dylan and they have some kind of coding of their DNA, what encrypts them to be a part of Dylan in the DNA or the breath or the molecular level. Is that right?
Yeah,
Molecular?
small level.
Level.
Down to the finest little atom of Dylan is Dylan.
They are Dylan.
Yep.
At what point is the line drawn to where those things become themselves and not a part of Dylan?
It's at noon.
Yeah, I knew. As soon as they have that first Modelo Limon y Sal, they're not Dylan no more, baby. But you get what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying.
I feel you. But
What is the line that makes that become me and not me?
right.
And that's what it is with religion. What is the part of what we're living right now that makes you only and not a part of God or the God that you believe in that has supposedly created you, but made you separate also? Exactly.
I don't know, man.
Exactly.
I think that we just ask the wrong questions. Humans tend to ask the wrong questions, and
not only do we ask the wrong questions, but we follow blindly.
yeah,
If it feels comfortable, we'll follow blindly.
it's safe.
Humans are yes men.
Can be.
So we are.
A lot. I mean,
For the most part.
a lot of the greatest
I'll say
things.
90% of humans are yes men.
Right, but we need that
90%.
10% for growth.
The 10% is what we need, yeah.
It's for growth because you have that group of people that
Or
go.
we'll always have everything the same way that it was in the beginning. Because if we don't have somebody to step up and be like, no, I don't believe that. I don't believe that that's the same. I don't believe that's what we should do. Then nothing would ever change, and change is what we're getting from the 10%.
You need someone willing to die on that hill. Is what you need. You
But
need
out
someone
of
to be
those-
able to stand on that hill and fight it to the death. Like
Out of those 10% of
Not
yes
moving.
men, or out of those 10% that aren't yes men, probably 2% of them are probably pretty logical. The other 8 that aren't yes men and they're saying, no, I believe this, or just believing some radical.
some cray. I don't know. I think the whole world's crazy, bro. I don't know what to believe because you know what?
I
Like
don't either.
all these stories, all these crazy fantasies that you hear and think of, they came from somewhere, bro. They came from something. Humans are naturally afraid of things that look human but aren't, like dolls and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Where does that come from? That's a
Right.
natural based
Sure, it's
fear.
a human-made thing.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden the devil has it.
I think that there's a lot to other dimensions. I definitely believe in aliens, 100%. I don't know about you, but I'm full on 110%.
I believe in aliens also, but you know how I am with the simulation thing. I think we're all like just code. Like we're just...
It might be, but I think that's at the very
living-
end of the puzzle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think
Yeah.
we have so much more shit to figure out
That's a
before we get
further
there.
investigation.
Yeah. I think
We need
have
to find out the things that are written in that code before we define what's
You know what's
writing
crazy?
the code, or what is the code makeup of it.
Is how much we like to think that everything's been discovered on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
There are thousands
You've
of
seen
species.
that video of the guy at the bottom of the ocean, right?
No, but I'm just talking about there's thousands of species of animals, new hybrids being born all the time that we have never encountered. There's areas of the ocean that haven't been explored. I know what you're talking about. The guy that just got to the bottom.
Found the fucking subway trash bag at the bottom of the ocean.
Damn, that's sad, bro.
Mm-hmm. Bottom of the ocean.
There was that
the S from the Subway. From Subway the bag or whatever, the food place, Jared kind of shit. The S. The bottom of the ocean. Now, the S for that and the S for Lay's in the 80s is awfully similar, so it might be that.
It's Mandela.
But still, true.
It's Mandela.
But still, even if it's been down there for 20 years, it's at the bottom of the fucking ocean. At the depths of the sea that we don't see.
That's sad, dog.
Yeah.
That is sad.
Back to religion.
I don't know, man. But there's there's
the
that
thing
whole
is though, like all the
out there.
religion, like I said, it's easy for me to pick on Christianity because it's what I know the most about, and it's what I can talk on. I can't talk on Muslim. No. Muslims.
Just call them Muslims.
Islamic, Buddhism. I can't talk on that because I just don't know. I don't feel comfortable talking on a topic that I don't know.
Do you know anybody currently that believes in North mythology?
Northism?
North mythology, like what Vikings believed in?
No.
I know 3 people that believe.
3 people?
3 people that believe.
Let me say this before you go off with that, and I want you to hang on to that, okay? The reason that I talk about this is because the Christianity thing is because I know what's going on. I don't know 3 people that know about Norse mythology. No, I don't. But I do know about Christianity, and I do know about the plot holes and the questions that there are in Christianity because, like I said, I wanted to become a preacher for... After I graduated high school, I wanted to become a preacher. I wanted to go to Campbellsville and study theology and do all that. But
that would have been a cool job, dog.
Pages of the Bible, chapters of the Bible, were written. So the Gospels were written 400 years after Jesus died. 400 years after Jesus died.
And then was changed by man later. King James. We all know that guy, King James.
King James only included the Bibles that he liked, or the chapters that he liked of the Bible.
Right.
Also, okay, so 400 years after Jesus died, the story of Jesus was written. Have you ever played the game in school where the first kid in class gets the message from the teacher and he passes it through the entire class, and then we find out what we have at the end? That's 30 people. It's always way different. So you're telling me 400 years later, nothing in these stories changed?
400 years from
400 years.
And then now it's thousands. Now it's been thousands of years. We're talking 5,000 years.
But I'm talking about the book that we've been studying as Christians, and you're telling me 400 years later, all that is still
you can talk about
facts?
all the crazy stuff that happens with religion all day long because, like, Catholics have almost a blanket term that you can say pedophiles and think of the Catholic Church immediately, right? You can think of my fault.
The Catholic Church.
Yeah, you can think of priests and pedophiles. Those 2 things, like,
when you think of fucking
together,
Catholic
like,
Church, that's the first thing you think of.
Yeah, pedophiles.
Little boys getting their buttholes touched.
Huge.
Really, I mean, honestly.
And the only time that
nothing
something
against
like that can
any
happen.
religion, but when you talk about religions that touch little boys, Catholicism is the first thing.
I don't think you can blame the religion, though. I just think you blame terrible people, man, because, like, there are people who are pedophiles that will purposely go after that because they know that they have access to small children.
I'm not saying like blame the religion because of what happened to it, but I'm just talking about the like correlation that follows when you talk about it. When you talk about Catholicism, what's the first thing you think of? Priests that touched little boys.
Well, the first thing I think of is Jesus, and then the second thing, first thing, Jesus Christ.
With Catholicism?
When I think of Catholic, I think of Jesus. I think of the cross, him on the cross, as is what I think, and then Romans, all that shit. I just think of that.
A difference in perception, which is maybe I need to take into more consideration whenever I'm like speaking on things. So I'll.
Right now, I think of Jesus first, and then after that, because I believe Jesus was a real person.
I think so too,
no doubt.
I think he was a good person.
Yeah, 100%.
I think he was a good person.
He was the world's #1 guy, and we fucked him up. That's a pretty shitty. We live in a pretty shitty place.
Beyond religion, beyond who he was in whatever story you're telling, I think that Jesus was a real person. And I think Jesus was just a good guy. I think he was just a good person.
I think he was somebody who walked outside his door one day and was like, you know what? I'm tired of seeing like people starving and fucking people getting murdered over the dumbest little shit, like growing 2 crops beside each other that shouldn't be, like whatever the standard of thinking is.
And this man is clearly gay.
Yeah.
And he loves this man.
Yeah, who cares?
Why should we hang him or kill him or nothing? He clearly loves this man.
And built, I think Jesus was the first one to build like a dinner table, right? Like everybody else.
He was a carpenter.
Like, he was a carpenter. Built a dinner table, and it was like, I don't know if you've ever seen Passion of the Christ, but there's a part like at the very beginning of the movie, he's building that table, and his mom comes out, and he's like, everybody's gonna sit around it and eat, and she's like, it'll never catch on, which I thought that was funny. But anyways, I was just. With religion, when it comes to Catholicism and that, I just think that there's predators in this world that know what job that they can get into, and they will purposely go for that.
But
gym
to
coach
also use you as like what is the difference between Jesus and David Koresh or who was the guy that started Mormonism?
Oh,
John.
I don't know, but they say that all those, like even in the Bible, it mentions those types of churches and to churches built by man and their false prophets don't listen to them. Like all basically that Bible is saying all of those religions are wrong.
Also, it says, how are you to figure out who's a false prophet and who's like really coming back? Like who's a biblical person? Because the same thing that happened now, along with that, are the people that had the same. That's why Jewish and Christianity are 2 different religions, because they believe in the Old Testament and the New Testament is Christianity.
Yep. I don't know. It might have got twisted around to you're not even worshiping God you think you know. I'm just saying, like, you might. The world is a crazy place, bro.
Who knows?
Who knows?
We have not talked about CERN. None.
I don't really know anything other than the thing is it's so shrouded in secrets, bro. Like I said, they'd never really disclose what they're trying to do besides clash particles at the speed of light into each other. And Hadron Collider, using that to smash particles at the speed of light. I don't know what for. What like are you trying to imitate nature? Are you trying to figure out like
what if it created another Big Bang effect?
I think that's what they said. Now that you mention it, that they're trying to prove that the Big Bang Theory is real. But
what if it did and it started like another
universe inside of ours?
What if this is what we're learning right now? Like destroys our entire universe, but starts the Big Bang over.
What if we create our first simulation? We're the line.
We've already created that.
Or what if we're the last in line about to create our next simulation?
That would be wild. That would be wild. I think the reason that I believe that we've already been inside a simulation is because think of any game that you like.
Got it.
Okay, so there are a few options, right, in response to that, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe that's the only thing that they can think of.
Yeah. I mean, that's how they would probably perceive it, that these are the only few thoughts that come to my head, and one of them actually does get the mission accomplished. Yeah. So why wouldn't it be that way? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I mean, how would you know? How would you not know? You wouldn't. You wouldn't.
But yeah.
It's crazy, bro.
Fucking me and Posh are gonna sit here and talk about some wild shit, bro. But you know, we've been talking about some wild shit with y'all for the past 30 minutes. Right. The Chelada Boys are gonna we're just gonna try to keep you entertained for a little bit. We're gonna see what happens with CERN. Now keep it in your mind, okay? Keep it in your mind.
Well, we did get confirmed. Let's bounce off real quick. We did get confirmed July 12th. James Webb coming out.
James Webb the picks
coming out with
but
first picks.
Also CERN July 5th at 12:01 Eastern time, right?
What if we don't even get the picks because the CERN takes us to reality where they never announced?
We come back and that
I'd be pissed, bro.
That is not even a real thing. James Webb ain't nothing. There's nothing that has ever been named James Webb.
Y'all don't fuck with me. I better stay in this reality that I'm in right now. I'm gonna be pissed if I'm in, unless the other reality is dope as shit and I'm balling. You know what I'm saying? If I'm balling, like balling, got it. Send me there.
Hey. As per usual, it's your boy Dylan.
This is Posh.
And if you ain't had a chelada, go get you one. If you don't like it, drink it to you, right? We'll catch y'all next week when we don't talk about CERN. But remember everything you know now.
Right now. Remember it.
Because if it changes, we're going to talk about it on the Chelada Boys. We'll see y'all next week.